There's one. Nice one too. Stay pegged, baby, stay pegged. He's not as big as I thought. Stay pegged up, baby. But he ain't a bad one. Got this crankbait, so don't want to pull trebs out of his mouth. Come here, darling. Come here, darling. Oh, nice little fatty to start the day, boys. Swiped at it. Look at that. Look at that. Face full of Rapala OG Slim 4. Our biggest smallmouth of the year. Not a giant, but that's a freaking chunky dude right there. Make sure we're recording. We are. Look at that dude. Chunk dude. Chunk dude. Look at him. He's not real long, but man, he's got one heck of a gut on him. This water's cold, and that's a Crawdad pattern. Rapala OG Slim 4. And look at that. Look at that. Big old fat smallmouth. See you later, dude. Smoked it. Smoked it. And guys, there's the lure. And guys, with any moving style baits, especially crankbaits, you want to make repetitive casts. That was like maybe my 5th, 6th cast through there, and I was actually kind of cooking it pretty good. And he smoked it. And he smoked her. Nice fish start the day. Hopefully we can get a couple pigs on this Rapala OG. I came down, I was gonna do spinning gear and my wacky rig, but the water's still pretty high and got a little bit of color to it. So I went back to the car, got the bait caster, and pulled out the old Rapala OG. And the flat sided crankbaits, this is the time of year to use them. This is the time of year to use them. And I like having my drag set a little bit more loose when I'm using the crankbaits. That way if they pull, they'll pull out a little bit of line, and hopefully not pull the treble hooks up out of their mouth. I mean, he hit it right here next to me. Right here next to me. Come on, little dude. Come on, little dude. Oh, relaxed. Oh. Second smallie of the day. My God, they're cold. This water is freaking freezing. I got some down in my waders. Trust me, it's cold. Look at that. That's why I chase them. Look how beautiful this fish is. One of the most beautiful fish in the world. I mean, gorgeous. The Rapala OG Slim up and in them. I mean, beautiful fish. Look at the spot patterns on them. Look at that there. Oh, I mean, they're just gorgeous fish. Healthy, fat belly, little guy, but he's got some weight to him and he's got some fight to him. Thank you, dude. I mean, hit it right here. Come back to me. Look at that beaut. Look at that beaut. Any size smallmouth's okay with me, boys. See you later, dude. And see, they just blend right in. I mean, their camo, their skin's the best camo they could ever have. We'll catch one more. And then we'll retie. That's first cast in the hole, boys. And honestly, what happened is it got shallow and it hit off a rock. As soon as it hit off that rock, he smoked it. There's another one. That might be a nice one. I mean, it just got tight. No bump, nothing. Be hooked good, baby. Get back over here where I can land you. Not a giant, but he's bigger than the last one. Yep, come right here where I can land you, bud. Look at that, another one. That's why you make repetitive casts with crankbaits, boys. Look at that. Look at that. Now he's got a nice thick gut on him. See, that's why. Look how small he is, but man, he's got that big healthy gut, that thick tail. You wanted that bad boy, didn't you, dude? Oh, another one, boys. Oh, in the water, not what I want. Oh, look at that, another beautiful smallie. Look at that. He's chunky too. He's got a big belly on him. Look at that beautiful guy. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Don't worry, dude, we're gonna let you back. Look at that chunker. Chunker. He's almost as chunky as the first one I caught. And we're gonna retie after him, but look at that beautiful fish, guys. Look at that beautiful fish. Right here out of the creek. Freaking in March, just tearing them up. See you later, dude. We'll retie after him. Yeah, it just got tight. No bump, nothing. Just got tight. Almost felt like a little snagger. Let's freaking go, and let's get myself out of the sun there so you guys can see me. Tyler, Oh My Larry Fishing, Bass Slingers Pro Staff, the jersey. You already know what we're doing. We are city creek fishing. The high school is literally right there behind us. 3 smallmouth bass in about 30 minutes. 2 of them nice little chunk guys, not any giants, but nice little chunk guys, all on the Rapala OG Slim. And what I'm running it on, I'm gonna show you guys too. What I'm running it on, 7-foot medium. You want a softer tip for that, for those crankbaits, so that it doesn't pull the treble hooks out. 7-foot medium, 13 fishing, Fate Black bait casting rod, and then a Kuma halogen high-speed bait cast reel. It's a quick one. Left-handed model always, and I love that Akuma halogen. And I like leaving my my drag set just a little bit loose in case they want to run real good. It doesn't pull the treble hooks out, but I'll show you guys the setup. So that's the Akuma halogen, a freaking phenomenal bait casting reel. I have 10-pound Berkeley Vanish fluorocarbon, and then now that's got a leaf on it because I had it on the ground, Rapala OG Slim 4 Flat Sided Crankbait in the crawl pattern. Now is the time to throw crankbaits, especially flat sided crankbaits. With the water being cold, they have that tight wiggle. It's natural. But then with the crawl pattern, if you're bumping it off the bottom, it just looks like a crawdad fleeing in the water. And they are absolutely smoking this thing. Hopefully I can get some more fish on for you guys, but how about that? 3 of them already. The Rapala OG Slim 4. Come over here, that current, bud. Literally run this side to side. Oh, that's hard in the current. Oh, that's hard. Look at this cool place with this cool, awesome bridge. Oh, and he wanted that bad boy. He wanted that bad boy, boys. Oh, relax, dude. Oh, yeah. He wanted that. I mean, choked her. That's why you carry the Hemos, because look how easy he just came unhooked. If you can even freaking hear me. Oh, little hefty guy. Ran it side to side right there. Literally right there in that little shade pocket. I'm getting beat by the current. I mean, look at this all around here. Look at this. And that awesome bridge. Oh, 4th one. Rapala OG Slim, boys. Look at that, side to side. Thank you, dude. Thank you, dude. Sure, that's hard in that current. That's hard in the current. Little side to side cast ended up getting him. I just cast through there 3-4 times too. Just switched my angle. Another one. That's a nice one. That's a nice one. He hooked that good. He hooked that good. Come on up. You close that. You open that big mouth. Look at that. Look at that. Rapala OG Slim. Repetitive cast, boys. Biggest smallie of the year so far, and that's a freaking tank. He ain't a giant, but he's a freaking tank. Unit of a smallie. Look at that. Look at that chunk. Look at that big old belly, thick tail. And look at the OG Slim hanging right out his noggin. Let me give myself a little bit more line here. Sure, he did not want to open his mouth. Look at the OG Slim in him. There we go. Look at that freaking tank. I'm gonna get him a drink and we're gonna get a selfie with him. Get him, dude. Get him, dude. Oh, that water's so freaking cold. That water's so freaking cold, boys. Was that our 5th smallie? A little over an hour fishing. Rapala OG Slim. I'll show it to you again, just in case you forgot what it looked like, as I get it wrapped all in my line here. If I can get my camera rolling. There we go, look at that. Craw pattern. Orange bottom. Rapala OG Slim 4. Flat Sided Crankbait. 10-pound Berkeley Vanish. 7-foot medium. Bait casting rod, Okuma halogen, high-speed bait casting reel, boys, and let's freaking go. Biggest one of the night. That wind really picked up. We're at one of the literally coolest fishing spots in the world under this old school abandoned railroad truss. And our first unit of the year, boys. Let's freaking go. Bass Slingers Pro Staff, baby. There's a rock ledge that runs along through here, and that's literally pretty much where I just ran it, across that rock ledge, bringing it back with the current. And we got limited smallmouth. There's another one. I don't know how big that one is. Another one. I mean, they're tearing this Slim up. He's a little fatty too. He's a little fatty too. Not as big as the last one, but my God, he's fat. They're loaded in here, boys. Look at how fat you are, dude. My God. I mean, he's got the mouth on him. Oh, he's not real long, but man, he is freaking fat, boys. I mean, look at him. He is a fatty. He is an absolute fatty with the thick tail. Oh, I felt him. He bumped it hard. I actually got to set it into him. Look at that. That is a fat, short smallmouth bass. Little freaking tanks, all of them. Another little unit. Straighten out there, bro, so everybody can see you. Oh, like I said, one of the coolest fishing holes ever. Nice fat guy. Yeah. There's 6 of them, boys. There's 6 of them. Another one. Little guy. Little guy. Another one. Stay pegged, baby. Another one, boys. Look at him. Like I said, not as big. I mean, getting him right in the head. That's the third one that gets hooked. I mean, right in the head from him swiping at it. Seven of them, boys. Look at that beautiful little guy. He's a little one, but he's still got the good belly on him. And they're still biting out of this freaking hole, boys. Was that the third or fourth one out of here? Look at that. Another beautiful smallie. How about that, boys? First of all, thank the Lord for letting us get out here today and have this beautiful day and have, you know, good enough health to be able to come and hit this creek and chase these smallies. It is cold this weekend, and actually this morning it was only 30 degrees this morning. 30 degrees. Now it warmed up to the 60s today, but this creek water is still, as you could imagine, absolutely freezing cold. So I've got my waders on. Still got a little bit of water down in because they're only the hip waders, but I just tread softly. You want to be careful when the water's this cold because it's definitely cold enough to give you hypothermia. But as long as you be careful, take your time, and just don't get into big rivers or anything like that. But usually the creeks are fine, and the nice thing about the creeks in the springtime, the water is flowing and higher than any time throughout the entire summer. I don't know what it is. It's just the meltdown from the from all the snow in the wintertime and then all the rain we get in the spring, and it's almost like you have extra creek to fish. 7 smallmouth, a little over an hour. It is so cold, I didn't even know if they were going to chase anything. This is hands down the earliest I've gotten on a smallmouth bite like this, and ever. This is the earliest season I've ever gotten into a bunch of smallmouth and some good sized smallmouth this early in the year. Like I said, we're around middle of March. But what I was doing, most of my bites came from casting up and then speed cranking it back with the current, because when the current pushes your lure, you have to reel it a little bit quicker or you won't get your action to it. So you reel your lure as quick as you need to get that good wobble on it and bring it back with the current. And then once you bring it back with the current a few times, you can do a few side-to-side casts, and I always end up getting extra bites when I do my side-to-side cast. But for the most part, 80% of them today all came cranking right back with the current, and all of them were on basically some type of piece of cover, really. I was cranking along shallow rock banks is what I was doing. So anytime you have rocks to crank, a crankbait is going to be your go-to, especially this early in the season. The Rapala OG Slim craw pattern. And the reason I'm using the craw pattern is because the crawfish are already active here in the creek. They're already pulling out, fleeing the smallies. So that pattern right there, that is lethal, absolutely lethal for smallmouth bass. And then that little orange bottom works great for any bass, but the smallmouth absolutely love that creek crawl. And all I do is I like I said, I speed crank it back with the current, cast side to side, and I run it along any rocks. And now in the creek, usually they'll tell you with the crankbait, it's got to be deflecting off something or making contact with the bottom or you won't get bites. It's not like that in the creek. The creek, smallmouth see something go running by them, and sometimes they'll just go chase it for no reason. So you do get bites when you deflect this, which a couple of my bites tonight came from deflecting my crankbait off of rocks. But I was getting bites just straight cranking her too. So don't think that you can't just get bites straight cranking it, because you can. But this is a shallow running crankbait, so make sure you're running it in shallow water. Rapala OG Slim 4, craw pattern, 10-pound Berkeley Vanish fluorocarbon. I love my Berkeley Vanish. 13 fishing, Fate Black, medium, 7-foot bait caster, Okuma halogen high-speed bait casting reel, left-handed always. I mean that, I don't know if you can see it in the camera. Look at those fish scales. You think that bad boy's been in some fish's mouth today? Look at those scales on the end of that treble hook. But you get your Rapala OG Slim, run it early season like I did today, cold water, they'll still chase that bad boy. And hopefully you can have some fun like I did. This is some of the most fun in the world, getting out and chasing these smallmouth bass. I wait all winter long for this, and every year previous, because our winters were so bad, I would have to wait till almost April to get in this creek. But now the winters haven't been as bad. I was able to get in the creek middle of March, and do a smallie smackdown for you guys. Tyler, All My Larry Fishing, Bass Slingers Pro Staff, baby. Rapala OG4, get you some, get on some fish, boys.